The skin feels like a rough Play-Doh when I touch it, and kind of wiggles and jiggles like a slinky. It makes me disappointed that I let it get so out of control, and I need the excess skin gone. This is what the byproduct is of losing almost 450 pounds. I put in so much hard work over the years, and this is the body I'm left with. Physically, it stops me from making progress and getting stronger. Emotionally and mentally, it's a constant daily reminder, front and center, of how bad and dangerously I let my life get out of control. At my heaviest, life was difficult and lonely. Probably the reason why my weight got out of control was because senior year, 2 days before Christmas, my father came to pick me up at football. He said he had an upset stomach. He was probably something he ate. You know, he wished us all good night, and then he went to sleep, and that's the last I saw of him. He had a massive heart attack. Now, in the blink of an eye, we were a family of 4. Everything that I've come to expect, day in and day out, a big piece of it was gone.
This was very hard on all of us, and the 3 kids all took it different ways, and Sal put on weight because I think he couldn't cope with the fact that his father was no longer with us.
I picked up a lot of awful eating habits. I was eating at midnight when I would get home from work. I was changing pant sizes every couple of months just to kind of keep up pace with how much weight I was gaining. I mean, if I had to estimate calorie-wise, it was probably on a low day, 4,000 to 5,000. On a high day, probably 7,000 to 10,000 calories. So at my highest weight, everything was difficult. My body was essentially quitting on me, and I was actually supposed to go to a local hospital for an outpatient knee procedure, and I was able to actually get a weight at the hospital of 688 pounds. I was kind of shocked because I was only 10 years away from the time my father passed. So I knew that I had to do something to get my weight and my life under control. I met with a surgeon. I was hoping that after losing some weight, it would be possible to have a successful weight loss surgery. And we put together a low carb, high protein diet, as well as a calorie restricted diet. I lost 254 pounds prior to surgery day. I was 433 pounds a day of gastric surgery. So after surgery, the weight continued to come off. I was working out, I was feeling great, I was feeling stronger, I was feeling more self-confident. I felt like I'd gotten over the hump, and I've lost 443 pounds in just under 4 years. Since losing all the weight, I'm walking more, I'm swimming more, things that just a few short years ago I couldn't envision myself doing. But a new problem has surfaced, and it's all the excess skin that I'm dealing with. So both my arms, you can kind of see, they're like wings underneath, you know, what my actual arm is. I mean, they kind of just go back and forth. Well, the skin in my abdominal area is an 80-pound anchor holding me down, and it makes it very difficult to keep it dry and clean to stop infections and irritation from occurring. But unfortunately, sometimes it requires medical intervention where I have to go get, you know, steroids. I have to stop my exercise routine to let my skin kind of heal itself and calm itself down. So that just slows my progress and not making advances like I was. And I kind of feel like the skin is what's holding me back. And I don't want to be in a position anymore where I have to ease up or just settle for where I am. Because ever since my dad passed away, I've had to step up and help my family. And right now the skin is getting in the way of that. Hi. I have a baby nephew who is 7 months old. My first main role is to be his uncle, and second role is to be his daily babysitter because his mother and father both work full-time. As my nephew continues to get older, he's going to start walking and eventually start running, and I need to be able to keep up with him, to be able to make sure that the skin is not an impediment to making sure that he's safe. I think having my nephew now in my life day to day definitely reinforces the fact to me that I'd like to have kids someday.
Sal has always wanted a family, but I think all the excess skin is preventing him from being out there and just making himself vulnerable to someone. I think removing the skin would help him tremendously.
I've worked so hard to get here. I think I deserve to be fulfilled or happy in that sense. And in order for me to take the next step in my life, I need the excess skin removed. So I'm heading into Houston today to get a consult for skin removal surgery, and I'm hoping the doctor approves me. I brought my sister Maria and her son Philip with me today. He was a big inspiration for me to keep losing weight, so having them both here is comforting. I'm nervous because, you know, my goals aren't necessarily my doctor's goals. I'm worried that he may feel I haven't done enough, but I'm hoping he'll give me the green light.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm Dr. Nazarda.
How are you?
Hi, pleasure having you. Nice to meet you.
You too.
So you are 249
Yep.
and you were as high as 688.
Correct.
You have any extra skin that
A lot. It seems to be everywhere.
Okay, so you are taking some medication. You're taking a blood thinner.
Yeah, I take Coumadin for lupus anticoagulant.
So did you have any symptom with the coagulation?
My legs were swollen. I was struggling to breathe a little bit. They treated me, because of my weight, they treated me in the hospital as if I did have a blood clot, although they never actually found the blood clot.
Sal's history with blood clot, and the fact that he's taking blood thinner to prevent further clotting is a major concern. I have to do a thorough assessment to see if he qualifies for surgery. Arms, got all this extra skin, and the breast, and you get more folds hiding, and a lot of skin in the leg. Sal's extreme weight gain and rapid loss has caused severe deformity to his skin. He's going to need very intense and time-consuming surgery. That is another risk factor for blood clotting. Yeah, you do have a lot better skin, but the skin surgery is a lengthy process, and there's risk of bleeding very high with the risk of clotting also.
Okay.
And my idea would be just we do one small operation with the skin and see how you react with it. The arm will be a much more controllable situation with any bleeding, but the skin will be a positive thing for you. So we're going to do both arms first, and if that heal okay, then we're going to do midsection, which would do your abdomen, pubic lift, the upper body, and then we're going to do your leg. Because his skin is so extreme. At this point, I'm not sure I can give Sal a perfect cosmetic result.
Appreciate it again. Thank you so much.
All right. But so this test surgery on his arms is the best option for now.
The consult didn't go as I expected, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have all my skin removed. Dr. Now seemed very concerned with my previous blood clot issues, but I'm glad he feels I'm healthy enough to at least start the process. Alright, so we got good news.
Yeah?
He's going to approve me. Yeah.
We're still gonna approve for surgery.
Alright, ready to get out of here? Let's go. I know, you're tired. So today I'm on my way to my first skin removal surgery with Dr. Nazarda. He is focusing on my arms today. Being that I'm on blood thinning medication, he wants to see how I respond with respect to clotting. Basically, if this goes well, in several weeks, he will proceed to the next surgery. A little nervous right now. Surgery is always one of those things, you know, it's out of your control. Once you're under, it's out of your hands. You know, it's go time. So the nerves have kicked up a little bit.
Hi Sal, you ready for your first operation?
Yep. Several days from now, when I'm finally able to unbandage them and look at them, you know, I've been trying to just envision what my arms will look like. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a shock to the system that they're gone, because I've been dealing with them for so long.
Thank you.
It'll be fine. I've waited a long time to get to this step. I've been fighting to get here. If Dr. Nazarda feels that the bruising or my blood clotting issues is too apparent to cause further issues, then I guess it's back to the drawing board for me.
Today we're going to do a brachioplasty and also remove the extra skin in the armpit and the side of chest. Sal has been on the blood thinner for past several years, and this is going to affect his ability to clot. So we're going to do a limited operation before we do more surgery on him. I think he's a bleeder, and he's got some bleeding disorder.
I'm worried because he takes the blood thinner that he could bleed, and any time that if he cuts himself, that's my fear that he will bleed, especially if he's alone and nobody else is around at home. It's a big cut all over his arm, and you never know what could go wrong.
I think he's a bleeder. Sal has bleeding disorder, and he's taking blood thinner medication. He's bleeding too much during the surgery. He's bleeding here, he's bleeding here. We were able to apply some anti-bleeding medication to the problem area and then close all the problematic blood vessels one by one. One more. Good. Alright, and everything looking good. The situation is now totally under control. Okay, we're done. Sal did well in his first surgery. Essentially, Sal lost about 6 pounds today. I think today's surgery is going to help Sal in his arm, that he has a lot of extra skin, armpit, and side of chest and abdomen. That's going to make a significant change on his upper body appearance. After a few weeks, if there is everything healed and there is no complication, there is no issue with bleeding and clotting, then we can proceed with more surgery on Sal.
My test surgery on my arms went great. There were no complications during my recovery. I'm excited that Dr. now finally approved me to get this next surgery.
Today, surgery will focus on my 360 abdominal area.
With the length of surgery being upwards of 8 hours, if not even longer, there's a lot of area being worked on today, so I'm concerned with bleeding and what issues may arise in the operating room. I'm nervous.
Hello?
Hey, it's me.
Hi.
I just wanted to call you. I don't know what time we're scheduled for because I'm still waiting for the doctor to pop in.
Okay.
All right, I love you. All right, take it easy.
Yeah, you take it easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. All right, I love you. Bye.
Bye.
My mom has been a rock for me, especially after my father died. She's played the role of both mother and father. And I know she's worried because she's not here with me. It's just circumstances, you know, with finances just don't make it possible to just pick up your life and come to another state. And she knows how badly I want this. So for her not to be here, I know it's killing her.
Hi, Sal.
All right, good morning.
Sal did well in his first surgery. Everything is completely healed, and we can proceed with more surgery on Sal. Today we're going to concentrate in mid-portion. All that extra skin, we're going to get rid of it. If the surgery goes well, we may try to do some upper body lift there. Usually take about 6 hours for this type of operation.
My dad was the main reason I started my weight loss journey, and right now, main motivation is to make him proud. I kind of feel like he's here with me, and I know things will be okay.
Today we're going to do a 360-degree abdominoplasty on him. It's gonna be a long incision. The most challenging part of today's surgery is going to be to control the blood vessel. When they lose weight, they lose the fat, but the blood vessels still remain large, and then we need to tie them off. And then we're going to turn them over and take a large piece of skin that is hanging in the lower back. Okay. And we had a fair amount of bleeding with a lot of blood vessels, so it would be better not to proceed with doing more surgery today. We're going to do his upper body lift day. So Sal lost 22 pounds. The surgery went very well, and it will be a very big step for Sal in his weight loss journey. For the next few days, we'll keep a close watch on Sal because of his previous surgical complications. Once I see how he's doing in a few weeks, we'll talk about addressing his chest and his legs.
It's been almost 6 weeks since my last surgery, and I'm pleased with the overall progress, but my chest has been something that's been a little difficult to look at. You know, everything's off kilter a little bit. So it's been an adjustment for me mentally to just tell myself that, you know, that step is coming, it's just not here yet. Dr. Nazardin still has to do my chest lift and nipple regrafting, as well as my thighs with my next surgery. But I mean, from where I was 4 months ago to where I am today, it's a night and day difference. My front apron hung way down, so it's weird to look down and just be able to see straight down to the ground. The last time I was this size was probably around middle school. So right now I'm pleased with the progress to where I am, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when Dr. Now finishes up with my last procedure. Although I've read that the thigh surgery is probably one of the hardest ones to recover from, I can't imagine being too much worse than what I've already experienced, so I'm ready for the challenge in front of me. I'm ready to finally live life again. Hey, it's been a rewarding process for me, but I couldn't have gotten this far without everybody who supported me. Everybody's proud of what I've done, but I think my mom got so used to the way I was, I think it's kind of odd for her. Seeing how much things have changed in just a few short months, can't really complain. I mean, it's been almost 6 weeks, but definitely night and day from where I was, where I barely could get out of bed, to now I'm able to at least walk on my own.
You look so much different. The man that I wanted for so long for you to become, and I'm very, very proud. Sal is a strong person, but at the same time he's like a teddy bear. Sometimes he will give up on himself, and we encourage him to keep on going. You're not going to see the result in one day. It's going to take struggle.
Hopefully he's able to complete everything, you know, the chest and the legs, and get that all done. Continue to build on the progress I made before I started, you know, my first surgery. Thank you for, you know, sticking by me for the last several years as I've gone through this whole thing. And I know you're playing both roles with Daddy gone, but you know, I know he's proud of where I came from, where I am.
That is. Finally, I get to see the young man that I wanted for a long time, because I was afraid every time he would gain weight. My heart used to cry because I said, I'm going to lose him like I lost my husband. When he started this crusade, I was very proud, and I wanted him to succeed, and look at him today. That dream came true.
You know, they say family always sticks by each other, and you know, that's very true here. So.
And the mother always does.
I know you do.
Kids.
I know. I'm in the hospital today to have surgery on my legs and my chest, which will hopefully be my last surgery. I'm feeling a little nervous. I hope you can do everything in one surgery. Upon waking up, if Dr. Now tells me I need one more surgery, I'd be disappointed. But for me, this surgery marks a kind of culmination of the last 4 years of hard work. So I'm hoping it's my final surgery, but we'll see what happens on the other side.
The previous surgery for Sal is all healing very well, and his scar tissue is not significant. So today we're going to do a spiral thigh lift on Sal, and we're also going to address the extra skin in his chest. Let's begin. Sal is a tall person. The surgery is going to have long incision to make, and is going to last 6 to 8 hours. First, we're going to do the front of the thigh. We're going to take a piece of skin in the groin and all the way down to the knee. Now we're going to go ahead and take extra skin off of the chest, and then put the nipple in the position that's going to be more natural looking. Alright, so we are done. Sal's surgery went very well today. Okay, Sal, your surgery is over. You got your thighs fixed, your chest fixed, and you lost almost 8 pounds of skin again. At this point, the Sal surgery and extra skin removal has completed. The Sal has come a long way. As soon as everything is healed, you should notice a significant difference in his body contour.
It's been a couple months since my final skin surgery. When I first met with Dr. Now to see if I qualified for skin removal surgery, I was probably a little naive at how difficult this whole process was going to be. Frankly, it's been brutal. I've gone through 20 hours of surgery with literally yards of stitches all over my body. And being stuck in the hospital was an emotional time for me. It gave me a lot of time to think back at all I've been through. My highest weight was 688 pounds. Today I currently weigh 211 pounds. I'm still bandaged up. My body looks incomplete because it's still a little bit red, but Dr. Nazardan feels that the bruising will go away and I'll be able to see the true finished product several weeks from now. But overall, I'm happy with the progress that I'm making. It's nice to be able to look down in my stomach and just keep looking. I can see my feet, which wasn't something I could say a short time ago. Before, my arms were very heavy and disfigured. Now they seem normal. You know, I can see the definition in them on both sides. I'm very happy to look at my body and see that all the excess skin has been removed, but it's definitely 100 times better than where it was before. I really can't believe this is me. The biggest thing this process has taught me is that family means everything. When I was overweight and unhealthy, I knew it was killing my mom inside. She was worried she would lose me, just like she lost my dad. Even though I've had a few health scares along the way, I know she's really happy that, with all that excess skin gone, I'm finally going to be a healthy, active son who's going to be around for a long time.
I want him to find a nice woman and get married, have kids because he loves kids. That's my wish for him.
It's really important for me to rest and relax to heal because I have a lot of people depending on me. My nephew has his whole life ahead of him. And now that all the excess skin is gone, I know I'm going to be there to help him grow up. And I plan on living life to the fullest, cherishing every moment, and continuing to make my father proud.
Where's Philip?